Hello, today I'm here to talk to you about maternity leave. Do you plan on having a child or know someone that is planning on having a child in the future? I know I am. Do you know the policy at your workplace about maternity leave? Do you know if you get a paid or unpaid maternity leave? I know where I work, we get maternity leave. However, it is an unpaid maternity leave. There are many places in the United States that do not offer paid maternity leave. However, if you qualify for FMLA, the Family Medical Leave Act of 1993, you are eligible for up to 12 weeks of maternity leave. However, this is unpaid, but you don't have to worry about losing your job. In order to qualify for FMLA, you have to have worked with your workplace for at least a year and worked at least 24 hours a week. If you do not meet these two requirements, then you do not qualify for FMLA. Even if many families do qualify for FMLA, they still have that struggle because FMLA is unpaid for. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, only 12% of Americans have access to paid maternity leave, which is considered a benefit by employers. Not being able to get paid maternity leave develops a struggle for the family because they are now receiving one less income for the family. According to Tech Republic, about 25% of women go back to work after just 10 days of having a child. Many parents are returning to work after such a short amount of time because they need that income in order to support their new addition to the family and to make sure that all bills are getting paid for. If a mother returns to work too quickly, it can be harmful for both her and for the baby. By the mother returning to work so quickly, the mother and the child are not able to develop that bond between the two of them, and it can make breastfeeding more difficult. According to Tech Republic, by returning to work too quickly, it gives mothers less time to bond with their children, increasing the risk of postpartum depression. When mothers take a longer maternity leave, they are lowering their risk for postpartum depression. If mothers are getting paid maternity leave, even if it's not 100% of their pay, they are most likely to take a longer maternity leave. When mothers are receiving that paid maternity leave, it helps relieve the stress of not being able to pay their bills. When you still have that income coming in to help out, after you're recovering from having a child and developing that bond between you and your newborn baby, it really helps out both the mother and the father on not being stressed out about money. When the family does not have that support, it can cause the mother to go back to work before it is beneficial for both her and for the baby. According to New York Times, paid maternity leave can help increase the percentage of women in the workforce and help middle-class families earn stable incomes. It can be a hard decision for the mother and for the father if they have to choose between work and having a family. Some women hold off on having a child because they feel like they have to pick between their job and starting a family. Now let's look at it this way. Once you have a child, you have a lot more things to start paying for. First off, you have to start paying for the medical bill, which can be pretty expensive if you don't have insurance. According to Vestopedia, the average cost of having a child with insurance is $463 to $523. However, if you do not have health insurance, it can cost anywhere from $7,737 to $10,958. Besides the medical bills, you also have to look at furnishing the new baby's room, getting all the essentials for nursing or feeding the newborn baby, and things to help keep the baby happy. According to Vestopedia, items to keep the baby happy can have an average cost of $200 or more. To furnish the room, the average cost is $1,100 or more. When it comes to nursing or feeding the newborn baby, it has an average cost of $200 or more, depending on if you're going to breastfeed or not. After adding everything up on the cost of having a child, it can be rather expensive. Now imagine doing all this with one less income. Well, some people tell you that paid maternity leave is a bad thing because it can be an expensive expense for businesses. However, if you look at Google, for example, according to the report, the rate at which new moms left after Google changed their policy in 2007 dropped by 50%. When they changed their maternity leave to 12 weeks to 18 weeks paid. By increasing their paid maternity leave, they were able to reduce their turnover rates and have less people lost that were valuable to the company. There are also other ways that maternity leave can be paid for other than through the business. According to the Washington Post, some require that employers finance the leave, while others' money come from the public funds. The United States is the only industrialized nation that does not have paid maternity leave. While the United States has the FMLA Act of 1993 that guarantees the mother her job for 12 weeks after the arrival of the new baby, however, this is not paid for, and there are some qualifications in order to qualify. When you look at other countries, over half of them have at least 14 weeks of paid maternity leave, according to Adam Peck. There are even some countries that you are able to take up to at least a year after having a child. There are a couple things you're able to do to push Congress to change the laws. According to Bustle, there are 6 different ways we are able to push Congress to change these laws about maternity leave. Those 6 ways include write your Congress representative, sign or start a new petition, form a protest in your local area, create a viral video, find out what your company's leave policy is, or share your personal story. Paid maternity leave is a good thing for both mother, father, and for the baby, and it can be a good thing for the business as well.